Happy Christmas Eve to all. Hello. I gave you guys some time this morning because everybody's kids are home. And I know you don't want to be waking them up because they're nosy, especially when they don't have to go to school. They're definitely ready to wake up. When they have to go to school, they do not wake up. It's wild, right? Mine's, of course, is up. We stay on schedule. It does not matter. We stay on schedule. So, how's everybody doing? I woke up to a bit of heavy energy this morning. There was a lot of transmuting energy. There are some people that are panicking. There are some people that are not as doing as well as we'd like them to do at Christmas. And we're going to send out our hope and prayer and love and hope that they make it to the Toys for Tots because they have had it wrapped around buildings. Hopefully they get the Christmas gifts, they get the food giveaways and everything that they need, and they get the resources that they need. Um, Hopefully there's enough clothes. I do have a bag of clothes that I am going to give away. That's for a child from 5T. No, I think it's from 4T to 6. So I'm going to be giving away those clothes. Yeah, give away coats. Don't forget to give away some coats, some old coats. And make sure you wash socks and give those away too because they never give away socks. If you have like spare hats and gloves and things of that nature, give them away. Somebody needs them. You know, somebody will treasure them and they'll be precious to them and they'll keep them and their kids warm. So if you have anything to give away, please do so. Put it somewhere where they can get it. You know, it doesn't even need to be posted, honestly. Just give away, give away so that nobody can say, oh, I see you got that from, just don't take a picture of it. Give it away. Let's get back to like doing that. That is something that should be done anonymously. Not bullying, not cyber stalking, not none of that stuff. That shouldn't be done. Like stealing, all that stuff. Yeah. But giving away, being good, that can be done anonymously because guess what? Somebody knows you did it. Somebody out there knows you did it, especially you. You know you did it. In your heart, you know you gave to someone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy birthday, happy Christmas Eve, happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, just happiness, happiness in life, and yeah, all the romance, loves and lovers. Good morning. I am ready for the movies. I actually started late. Good morning. I started late this morning because I was up cooking until after 11 last night. I found my curry goat. I found my goat and I curried it last night. And I did some oxtail. And yes, I was cooking my tail off. Good morning, my beautiful loves. How are we doing? I got to show you my pink tree real quick. I just want to show you. You see it? It's pink. Yes, and Alex is up, and he has no idea what that box is. It's his gift. He does not pay attention to it at all. Good morning, good morning. And I'm still waiting for my Hello Kitty ornaments to put on there because why not, right? Why not? I'm glad you're doing good, Jasmine. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Helena Gore, Rebecca, everybody, good morning to my girls, JBDF7. I don't know what it is, but thank you, hun. These nails, they've been in danger all night because I was cutting and chopping. Like every time I thought of something, like I had to add something else, but it was great. Peace King, what's up? Alina Peline. Okay, peace and blessings. Good morning, good morning. How are we this morning? I actually came with a really good message this morning. I'm not doing tarot, right? Because digital, good morning. Be right, Alexis. What is your name? It's not fair that you know my name and I don't know your name and I don't know your face. So give me an email so that I can feel a little bit better about this because I was warned that there are some people that are not having my best interest in my chat and they're mixing in with the people who are I actually want to come and see me. So, it would feel a lot better if you weren't so secretive, okay? But hi, good morning. Why do you keep saying my name like that? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Get in here because we're going to talk about Job really quick. And tomorrow for Christmas, that's your face right there. That's your name. Okay. All right. I'm going to check you out. I'm going to check you out. Okay. So, yes, good morning to you. So, yeah, we're going to get into Job. And tomorrow, it's not night, it's just dark. And I don't have any of the lights on. And I have darker curtains. So, I make sure that the sun don't hit me till I'm ready for it, okay? Especially when I'm trying to watch a movie, I don't need the glare. So yeah, it's crazy because tomorrow for Christmas, I plan on reading the book for about an hour. I'm going to read Inside Gossip for about an hour, and that'll basically give you a little bit of the background of why some of the people have come here to see me, because they want to know what I know, and they also want to get a better perspective, because while I'm not judgmental, I might have, a gem or two to drop so that it makes life a little bit better. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so I plan to start from 25, but I have to start from 24 because Job is very complex. You heard of Job, right? He was the guy who basically got betrayed and a whole bunch of things happened in his life. I'm not going to give you everything because I actually want you to do more. What do you mean is there the sun behind me? I have a ring camera in my hand and I have my phone on it. So, and that's the kitchen in the back because I'm sitting in the living room. Yeah. So, yeah. So, how are you today? Hopefully, everybody's doing good. They got some good eats. I plan on having a huge cup of cocoa this morning with some heavy whipping cream. Definitely. Good morning, Frank. Good morning. I don't know about alternative account. That seems a little sus to me, but yeah. So yeah. Whoo, let's get into this Job because it's fun. It's fun to know that the things that you think and the things that you thought have already been thought of a few times, maybe a million times before you got there. So your experience is not just of your own, it's just that no one around you has actually had the balls or the guts to speak it aloud and be true and feel okay and be all right with knowing themselves from the inside out. Here it is. Why does the Almighty not set times for judgment? This is him waiting for somebody to get karma. Patty. They be Patty in the Bible. Good morning. Bonjour. 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 Monsieur. Free Labs music. Okay. All right. I see. Is that See, there's an African country that has the same colors, and this is London. I don't know. So I'm just going to say greetings. All right. But this is back to Job, like actually trying to figure out when is karma going to come. Why does the Almighty not set times for judgment? Why must those who know him look in vain for such days? There are those who move boundary stones. They pasture flocks they have stolen. They drive away the orphan's donkey and take the widow's ox in pledge. You took that boy stupid that woman's stupid husband, not knowing she really was ready for him to go. The Bible be telling, it be telling, and then he called somebody a donkey, so that was even more petty. I gotta read it again. There are those who move boundary stones, people who push past your boundaries, who are very disrespectful. They pasture flocks they have stolen. People they've lied to. That's how they get them to be their friend, because they be fake. I seen a lot of fake boosting too. Y'all boosting the fake stuff too? I thought y'all only boosted the good stuff. I seen them. Somebody grandfather had some really nice perfume on there. I just want to let you know. Anyway, they drive away the orphan's donkey and take the widow's ox in pledge. They trust the needy from the path and force all the poor of the land into hiding. They thrust the needy from the path and force all the poor of the land into hiding. They make you scared to say anything because they're going to shame you for it. But the people who they can buy or barter with, they put them in situations to sell their soul or go down the wrong path just because they ain't got nothing else to do. Like wild donkeys in the desert, the poor go about their labor of foraging food. The wasteland provides food for their children. Like wild donkeys, they go about foraging. The wasteland provides food for their children. Thank God for that. They gather fodder in the fields and glean in the vineyards of the wicked. I ain't even got to tell you that, because if you're smart enough, you know what the vineyards are. The vineyards of the wicked. Lacking clothes, they spend the night naked. They have nothing to cover themselves in the cold. They are drenched by mountain rains and hug the rocks for lack of shelter. I don't have to decipher this. I live in Baltimore. And hug the rocks for lack of shelter. Somebody's messing with their nose, the ugga sugar or the good booger. Okay, somebody needs to check that out. All right. Ugh. The fatherless child is snatched from the breast. The infant of the poor is seized for a debt. I digress. The fatherless child is snatched from the breast. The infant of the poor is seized for a debt. This is a bar, and I am in the Bible. Wicked. All right. Lacking clothes, they go about naked. They carry the sheaves, but still go hungry. They crush olives among the terraces. Olives of the oil, they crush them. Lacking clothes, they go about naked. They carry sheaves, but still go hungry. I'm reading Job. I'm in Job 24, going towards 25, but it's breaking it down for you in the times in which we are. These are harder times, but these are even harder times of sin, because a lot of people are very ignorant to what they're doing. As long as they can get through the next 5 minutes, 5 days, or an hour, or a month, they know not what they do. Forgive them. Okay, so let me go back. They crush olives among the terraces. They tread the wine presses, yet suffer thirst. You just hit the ball? You just came from the ball? Okay. All right. The groans of the dying rise from the city, and the souls of the wounded cry out for help. But God charges no one with wrongdoing. Free will. He just don't be just beating you up just because. There are certain things. There are those who rebel against the light, who do not know its ways or stay in its paths. They know right. They know right from wrong, but they don't do it. It's a choice. When daylight is gone, the murderer rises up, kills the poor and needy, and in the night steals forth like a thief. The eye of the adulterer watches for dusk. He thinks, no eye will see me, and he keeps his face concealed. That's that person who think that ain't nobody gonna catch him long as he get home before the sun come up. Some people are the sun. Oh, that's funny. Anywho. In the dark, thieves break into houses, but by day they shut themselves in. They want nothing to do with the light. For we are really in a wild time, because now they doing it in the light. The roaches. For all of them, midnight is their morning. They make friends with the terrors of darkness. The freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night. Oh, what? The freaks come out. Yet they are foam on the surface of the water. Their portion of the land is cursed, so that no one goes to the vineyards. As heat and drought snatch away the melted snow, so the grave snatches away those who have sinned. The womb forgets them, the worm feasts on them. The wicked are no longer remembered, but are broken like a tree. Alex, calm down for a second. They prey on the barren and childless woman, and to the widow they show no kindness. Y'all know y'all see y'all homeboys, y'all see y'all homegirls. They look down on people because they think that they in a high spot. They sit up high and they look very low on people, not knowing but it's but a breath in a moment that can put them in another place. But God drags away the mighty by his power. Let me say that again. But God drags away the mighty by his power. Though they become established, they have no assurance of life. So sometimes you got to see some of the people who done bad go good. You got to see them do good. You got to see them winning. You have to, because you also are going to bear witness to the fall. So, sometimes it's like you let the beat build. I was saying that about Lil Wayne, so let's go a little different for the ones who don't listen to Lil Wayne. It's like getting on a roller coaster or the climax of a roller coaster when you hear that click, 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 click right before the drop. There's always warning before destruction. There is. Okay, let's go. But God drags away the mighty by his power. Though they become established, they have no assurance of life. They do not know when this moment is coming. So, please, go on and enjoy yourself. Go on and put another shrimp on the Barbie because he's coming. Anywho, he may let them rest in a feeling of security. I do want to read in French. One day I will learn. He may let them rest in a feeling of security. Oh, yes. Rock them to sleep. He may let them rest in a feeling of security. Oh, you gonna see them. They gonna be so pumped. They gonna be like, yeah, you can't get me. You can't get like me. You can't get like me. Oh, we didn't want to be with you. We were just waiting. But his eyes are on their ways. For a little while they are exalted, and then they are gone. They are brought low and gathered up like all others. They are cut off like heads of grain. See, you gotta be, you got to be more careful. If this is not so, who can prove me false and reduce my words to nothing? And that was a gangster. That was like a mic drop, like bow. Like, you got to be careful how you treat people. And you also got to be careful of what you listen to. You, Shakira, Shakira is a bad girl. She is a baddie. I ain't gonna lie. She's a mature, aged, fine like wine, talented woman, beautiful, does her thing. She's a dynamic to be reckoned with. Okay, go Shakira. But yeah, I do not know these people's personal life, so please do not hit me with no Google facts or nothing about her insides and outs. All I know is that she appears great on stage. She looks good. I know she's an older female who has timeless beauty, and she's definitely still got energy. So I like that. I do not know nothing about nothing. I don't know no parties, who our private friends is, none of that. Okay. Whew. So we're going to end that one, 25 on the last one. But I just want to build that on these six lines. So I just got to give it to you before I break it down. Because I did the whole breakdown synopsis this morning. I did. I was trying to find something in Acts to read to you. And I ended up in Job. Crazy work. And that means somebody got a bunch of crazy friends or family. Or they have a social network where there might be a few people who are trying to give good advice, because there are some people who try to give good advice, but a lot of times, if you're giving advice on a situation you've never been on and you don't know all the details, because a lot of people don't tell all the details, you can't really give good advice if you're really not informed. So that's one part of it. And then you have other friends who seek to see you suffer. It's not that they No, they just look at they just want to see you suffer. They want to see you doubt yourself. They want to see you punish yourself because they know that you are goody two shoes, or they know that you want to do better. So they try you, they push you, they play in your face, and they give you more work than what you would have, had to do, which ultimately would probably push you back because you get in trouble for not listening to God. You listen to man who don't listen to God, and you can get in trouble for that. So everybody take their own punishment as it go. That's why you got to be careful with just running off on one person's word and not really seeking out the truth. If you're not going to seek out the truth, don't listen to the word. Don't take that word, okay? It's really dangerous to take unwarranted advice, especially when people don't know what they're talking about. And some people seek to be superior, so they'll give you harder work for you to do and sit there and watch you run around like an idiot with your head cut off when really the work was already done. They just enjoy seeing you suffer. And that happens a lot in the church. They'll have you worried about a bunch of things that don't matter instead of the things that really do, which is in the Bible, which is God, which is what's in your heart, which is in your mind, which does not hurt people, which does not cause hurt, which does not take apart families, which does not break down your confidence and take away your will to live and your will to survive. And yeah, you just got to be careful because some people, it's not that they hit you, it's not that they punch you, it's not that they stab you, it's not that they that, it's just that they want to witness you suffer. They want to be your karma. They don't think that you live the way that they think that you should live, so they want to exact judgment on you. But who are they? Cast a stone, the first one, if you didn't do nothing. But if you lived this life, you've done something. And what makes you better? All right, so let's get on with this 25 so I can get on out of here. You break up this synopsis and get on with my cocoa and some movies. I don't know what movies I'm going to watch yet, but I'll let you know about them later. Okay. So Bildad is one of the three friends that came. So it was Bildad, Eliphaz, and let's see this, and Zophar. Zophar. I like the name Zophar, but I think I've seen it in another form. Zohar, something. It's a musician. It's a lot of industry bull crap that comes up in my head too. Morning, Frank. What it do this morning? Frank. Yeah. All right, so the Bildad, then Bildad the Shuhite replied, Dominion and all belong to God. He establishes order in the heights of heaven. Can his forces be numbered? On whom does his light not rise? How then can a mortal be righteous before God? How can one born of woman be pure? This is something that a lot of y'all real pill dudes be asking. How can one born of woman be pure? If that's the path that he puts you to come out of, then that's the path. Why would you question that path? You don't question man, but you question God. So why don't you question man as much as you question God? But I digress. Hold on, let me get back. Anyway, let's start from the beginning. Then Bildad the Shuhite replied, Dominion and all belong to God. He establishes order in the heights of heaven. Can his forces be numbered? On whom does his light not rise? How then can a mortal be righteous before God? How can one born of woman be pure? If even the moon is not bright and the stars are not pure in his eyes, how much less a mortal who is but a maggot, a human being who is only a worm? Now, wow. Strong convictions, Bildad. Very, very strong conviction. This is how he spoke to his friend. He was a spiritual bully. He used the fact that Job wanted to walk right. He wanted to walk upright with God. And being of a spiritual friend, he was a spiritual friend. Bildad, Eliphaz, and Zophar, they were spiritual friends. However, they sat high. They looked highly upon their spiritual knowledge and looked low upon Job's. Job was a simple, not complex. He was God fearing, but they took advantage of the fact that he was very God fearing, which is wrong. So I broke this all down, and that was his friend. It seems as though his friend, who was supposed to come to comfort him, actually convicted him, actually sent him into more suffering due to what he said to him. This is what I was saying about the spiritual bully. Sometimes they know all you have to do is go and seek right counsel, upright counsel. Sometimes all they know what you need to do is repent and step back from the way that you're doing and go forward. These people want you to go through trials and tribulation and tests made up by them. Nope, God would not put you through anything more than what you can handle. But there are people on this earth that will put a boulder in your hand, a water jug on your back, and then put your apolitical on 15. Yes, they would. And then put it on 5.9 to see if you can run. And ask you if they can put in high heels, because you'll never get calves or a muscle or abs or a woman or a man if you cannot carry this heavy load on Instagram. I'm sorry, I digress. Sorry. Did I call out somebody's life where they make things look like what they are not, or where they make it look like they are doing the hard work and they are not, where they want people to suffer long and hard, but they are not? Yeah, those people, some of the influencers, some of the stars, some of the people that you look up to, they got you working so hard on things that do not matter. And you don't question them, but you question the existence of the maker. Oh, I digress. Anywho, let's read what I wrote. So, identity, Bildad. I'm telling you who he is. A Shuite from Shua, son by Abraham and Keturah, Roll, one of the three friends, Bildad, Eliphaz, and Sophar, who came to comfort Job with accusations that made Job believe he deserved to suffer. Some of your friends just want to see you suffer. They like to see that confused look on your face, because then they can go behind your back and tell people that you're dumb, you don't know what you're doing, you don't find your way, and you're not hip to it. Yeah, there are people like that. And by the way, get off of your ex's, no, get off your boyfriend or your ex's page. The pillow talking he did about her to you is the same pillow talking he gonna do about you to somebody else. And that goes for a man too. You run around beefing with a person that don't know you, don't care about you, and you're racking up a lot of karma. That goes for Miss Ma'am, Sir, whoever. Leave people alone who are not in your life. If you don't like that person, get off their page, get off their social media. Stop it. It's ridiculous. You look stupid. Anyway, the people who like Brene. Anyway, shots. All right, so let's do this again. They came to comfort Job with accusations that made him believe he deserved to suffer. And he really didn't. They just came, listened to him, gave him some words of, spoke life into him, and left. He didn't need extra judgment. The core belief. They used Job's strong convictions to further their narrative, this narrative. They pushed him into further suffering. They did not support him. They crossed the sea. They took the bus. They burnt that gas to go good morning and have Merry Christmas from Baltimore. Merry Christmas, the whole world. But yeah, especially in Canada. Shout out to Joe Roller. in Canada. He's a liberal, and well, he's an activist or something. Whatever he does, it doesn't matter. He's a good person. Hi, Joe. And yeah, they used the fact that he wanted to be an upright person to punish him further. That's not right. A real friend, a real family member, a person that wants to see you happy would not steal your joy just because they could, just because they could speak on it, just because they got influence in your life. A person that love you would not like celebrate your long suffering. Contribution to the dialogue when they spoke these unwarranted advices. Out of all the suggestions of his friends, Bildad was convincing. Then Eliphaz, he was more convincing than Eliphaz due to his sharp speech, causing Job to increase his own suffering. Job should not have taken. Now Job is, Job should not have taken his advice. And the reason why Job took his advice was because he believed him to be a friend. He believed that his friend wanted better for him, not knowing that his friend was just saying stuff, whether it was intentionally or unintentionally. His friend shouldn't have said it. His friend had no business increasing that man's pain. It's just like what Aphrodite did to Medusa. She went to Aphrodite to tell that something had happened to her. Instead of her like comfort that girl, she turned on her and then turned a whole village, a whole council against her. That girl had no chance. All them elders, nobody listened to her once the person who they thought was honorable spoke what they spoke. They just threw that little girl to the wolves. Same thing happening with Job. They throwing him to the wolves. All because they could speak and they know that he would listen. Results. This unwarranted advice caused God to rebuke Bildad. His atonement was to suffer sacrifices at Job's request. And this did happen. He basically went through tower moment after tower moment. He started losing things that he deemed valuable. And he basically ended up in service to Job at some point. He ended up, repenting because he ended up seeing his friend go through more than he had to go through. Sometimes you don't need to give advice to your friend, especially when you really don't know what you're talking about, or you don't know all the details. And it's very true. Some of our friends don't give us all the details out of embarrassment and shame. Some people have been shamed so much to give all the details would just be it would take them apart because they've been betrayed so many times by so many people. It's hard to give all the details, especially when people use things against you. You understand? So just be careful the advice. Be careful the pillow talking, especially the pillow talking. Because why are we talking about somebody who's not in this room? And this goes for not just romance, this goes for every dynamic. What do we have to gain? And is this person going to be aware? What is this? Question that. What is this? What am I doing? What can my contribution to this conversation or this thing, what can my contribution, is this going to come back on me? Will I suffer in the long run? Not just physically, but spiritually. It's a lot of things to think about when you're adding your 2 cents, so to speak, when you're carrying a bone, so to speak, which you shouldn't be carrying. Be mindful. This Christmas, a lot of people are going to be affected by people's word of mouth and then the actions that got taken due to the word of mouth. You have to stop speaking death and danger into people's life. You have to stop speaking failure into people's life. You have to just keep your mouth off of people. If you're not going to speak good of them, don't speak on them at all. It's suggesting that it's okay. it's insinuating that it's already approved. Yeah, that's the message. I love you all. To my loves and my lovers, congratulations to that new baby. Somebody had a beautiful brown round baby. And to whoever had the nice fluffy baby with the nice pinky cheeks, love that kid too. Give them loves and tickles. um Auntie says hello. Congratulations to the new wedding. Congratulations on your new awakening. Congratulations on that new job and that new idea. Happy birthday to you. If this is your birthday, you're awesome. Um, don't overthink it. Hopefully, they're not twins, but eat healthy anyway. Um, yeah, I said hopefully they're not twins. Eat healthy anyway. That person shouldn't be, trying to make a kid if they're not trying to make a life. Uh if you are able to have a kid, be very careful. There's pregnancy vibes up in the air. And for some reason, broke people or people with poor mentalities make kids faster than people who actually are trying to plan out. For some reason, it works that way. Yeah, so everybody be mindful, be mindful, be mindful, be mindful, and remember, what is your contribution before you speak?